and welcome to tonight's California EDD Unemployment Q&A Unemployment Live. Today we will be talking about the potential of that gas tax rebate or refund. We will be talking about my new job and my first few days at my new job. I see Scotty's already asking. Also, I feel like we're just chatting these days. So let's talk about like how come I'm not wearing my glasses anymore. I do see I have my lazy eye, which means that that usually means I'm tired. Um hopefully tomorrow, I'm gonna pick up my glasses prescription. I finally bit the bullet and I'm gonna get bifocals because I can read fine up close, like your comments, but like if it's just a little bit further away, everything gets blurry. So I had to get bifocals. I'm getting old. I'm not happy about that. All right. So, in terms of the new job, I am really enjoying it. Of course, I still miss everyone from my old job. But I think the new job is a really good fit. I like my new coworkers and employees. Everybody seems like they're really working hard. Um, everybody's been really friendly. Denise has a lazy eye and she's never noticed on me. Yeah, but look, this one's open nice and wide, and this one, I don't know. It's like only sometimes. It's when I'm tired, and I'm not that tired. You guys, you know that normally on Monday nights I come and I stream right after work, but today was my day off, so I've been home all day. Thank you, Dawn. And you guys, I was gonna make a video. I've been trying to make a video. There is no try, only do, right? Is that what Yoda says? I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and things about, really giving your all and what it takes to be your own boss and be successful, because I haven't given up on YouTube, and I definitely haven't given up on my goal of becoming a millionaire. I put that in quotes because my goal is really to have it in net worth so that I can have like a secure financial future. Hi, Debbie. I am back. You know who else missed you? Is the little green guy. I know you saw my coworkers. Oh, and there's a new addition back here, Debbie. I don't know if you saw. This was a going away present. I'm just strangling a cat now. I'm not really strangling a cat. Oh my God. You have to be careful what you say on YouTube. I don't want, oh my God. What if they think I'm being violent towards an animal? I'm not. This is a cat that they got me for my desk. And he actually has like a really cute smile. You can't tell that he's smiling on this, but they got this for me for my new desk at my new theater. My old coworkers, obviously I haven't taken it yet, but the thing is, like, I don't really know where my desk is. Hi, Suho. Welcome to tonight's live. You guys, I'm just kind of rambling about my new job, but I definitely want to talk about the potential of the $400 gas refund, and I want to talk about let me know if you guys are interested in knowing about the free public transportation program that is here in Los Angeles, because it's a really great program. It's called Metro Life, and basically it makes public transportation free for 90 days. So that's kind of like an alternative for people who aren't going to qualify for any sort of gas refund or rebate. Okay, Linda. Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm using this program and I can put your comments up on screen. Oh my God, Debbie, that's awful. I'm reading that and it's awful. Okay. So Linda says, congrats on my new job. Today your car had the engine light on and it needed $800 repair. That really set you back and it's depressing. I really feel that. I really, really, really feel that. Okay, so you guys know on Monday, last Monday was the last time I went live, and I didn't go live last Sunday. Last Monday was also my last day at work. The very next morning, um, my water heater broke, and it was an expensive repair. And you guys know I was like crying about my work dad. And so I saw my work dad basically like on Wednesday because because he came to help me fix my water heater, and, like, I had a repairman come out. I was planning on, like, relaxing, so I worked my last day at my old job on Monday. Yeah, yes, James, you are correct. James, you, like, know my whole story. You've obviously been in my lives. I don't see you comment a lot, but yeah, it was around Christmas time. It was yep, it was right around Christmas time because I had just agreed to do the collaboration with Jenny Silver where she was helping me rebrand and take the photos, and, like, we booked an Airbnb, and I took the time off work. So I had just signed the contract with her. And then, yeah, it was my garage roof, but my friend rents that to do work from home, and yeah, that was $5,000. Like, that made me so sick to my stomach. And then this time it's my water heater and my check engine, not my not no, that's your check engine light came on, Linda. Um, on my last day at work, my low tire pressure light also came on. And so Tuesday morning, I went and I this is after, like, I found out that my water heater was busted. I was gonna go on a walk with my friend, and then I was like, "Oh my god, I need to check on my tires." And there's a local place right near me. I'm always making fun of Andrew about his tires, and I needed all 4 new tires. And I had kind of looked at them before I left and before I went to the place to, like, check my tires, and I could tell that they were, like, cracked and worn. I don't remember the last time. Those car warnings are all a scam. Yeah, the thing is, like, my stupid low tire pressure light keeps coming, like, it keeps coming on, and then, like, my mom, she's a good mom, she did teach me how to, like, inspect my own tires, and so, like, I could tell that they're getting, like, cracked, and I feel like just with the seasons changing, and I don't remember the last time I put new tires on the car, but I remember right when all this whole, like, pandemic started, that the low tire pressure light came on, like, the day I found out we were getting furloughed, and I was freaking out, and that time they just needed to put air in it, or no, it had a nail in it. Anyway, whatever, it sucks. It really it really sucks. Um, alright. Yeah, Linda, what was wrong with your car? And try not to be depressed. Like, it really happens, and it really is like it's a setback, and it's real easy for me to say, like, "Oh, I don't feel that way," but, like, it really is a bummer. Like, we work so hard to get ahead, and then, dang it, if one little thing really, like, just it really can set you back, and it can certainly affect your mood. So, I had wanted to relax on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before I went to work. But Tuesday, I got the new tires as I was going for a walk with my friend. I might have my timeline. I feel like my days are a little bit messed up, but like sometime in between my last day at my old job, which was Monday, and my first day at my new job, which was Friday, I replaced all 4 new tires and replaced my water heater, and those were, like, all-day affairs. And then what the heck else did I do? Oh, Tuesday, I went back to work to finish up some things at my old job because on Monday, they threw me the going away party, which was great, but then, like, I had to finish up some things on Tuesday. Maybe that's what it was. I left my low tire pressure light on. Anyway, it sucks. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anybody that's going through that. Um, Suho says you can Google how much tire pressure to put in your car, and then the gas station has a meter. Yeah, the thing is, like, I could definitely see like the cracks around like the edges, right? And my mom, who I'm taking to a doctor's appointment tomorrow, she's always like, when there's cracks like that, when you can like see that they're getting bad, then your car has the potential, you have like the potential to have a blowout on the freeway, and that's always really scared me. I don't want to have a tire blowout on the freeway, so I just went ahead and replaced it because I know it has been quite a while since I last replaced them. Look though, look what I finally did, guys. Okay, so you can totally tell actually that it's a different color. Like there's like the line, but I finally paint it, and also like I tried to sand it, but it didn't work. And on camera, maybe it kind of blends. But since I was at the hardware store and didn't make my work dad help me with that, but I did finally paint that. And then since I could kind of tell it was like the wrong color, I left some like there's still some chips in there, but I find like chips like of paint, not like chips like you eat, but there's still some paint chips. But I finally did that. All right, let's see here. Yeah, okay. Ba, 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 ba. Jillian says tires are expensive. And I think cars like BMW or Lexus. Yeah, and I don't have one of those. Andrew, who's normally in the chat, he has a Lexus. And when he was first like stopping by my channel, I was like, why are you driving a Lexus? Those cars are too expensive, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so I was like lecturing him about that. I drive a little Prius C. So that should be pretty cheap tires, but it was still $360. And I have to pay for parking at my new job. All right. Debbie, my new job and the number of screens. My old theater had 12 screens. My new theater also has 12 screens. I'm a manager. I'm the general manager. So I'm the head manager in the building. I have some great assistants, but they're kind of going to be part of the great reshuffle. They won't be staying, so we're hiring. They also do full service food inside the auditoriums. There's a full service kitchen. So they're just really being kind to me right now. And I'm kind of just learning the ropes. I started selling tickets. And what else did I do? I was a server, right? I've never been a server. That's part of the restaurant industry. And that was very interesting to me. I was really nervous. I was like, I'm going to drop the server platter. It's going to be too heavy. I'm not going to be able to carry it. But they were like, Shelly, you're going to be fine. And I was like, no. I had a really great trainer. Everybody's been really nice. I fit right in, I think. And of course, like maybe they're just being nice because I just got there, but like they all seem really great. I did a little bit of bartending. I'll still be learning how to make things in the kitchen because since it's my building, like I'm in charge of the kitchen too. So if an oven breaks, if the dishwasher breaks, I need to know how to fix them. Not only do I need to know how to use those things, I need to know how to fix them. So it's an adventure. It's definitely challenging, but like I'm totally up for it. And honestly, I feel a little bit like I really should have done this a long time ago. Maybe in a second, if you guys all agree to like this video and maybe leave a comment afterwards, I will um I'll share a story about my old job that even though I love it, probably was when I first started considering leaving. And I didn't really think I was gonna leave, but I did. Okay, Raphael says rotating the tires are very important. Yes, it is. Okay. Joel says car maintaining is expensive. Oh, that's right. You're doing mechanics now. Your uncle needed a brand new transmission in his car and it would have cost $3,000. He got rid of it instead and got a used car. Yeah, and that's good if your friends or family have someone like you that like knows mechanics. I get nervous about that. Did you know people confuse tires and wheels as the same? Wheels are the rims, where while tires are the tires on the wheels, if that makes sense. So I got new tires. I might have said wheels. Hi, Diamond Pikachu. You have not been in here in a while. That is an adorable dog on your profile picture. Ben, you like your piece of crap car? You should name her Old Reliable. Anyway, hi, Shelly. Hi. Well, hello. Okay, so here's the tea on my old job versus my new job. So you guys know I worked there for 25 years. If I would have stayed till this November, it would have been 26 years. And as part of the Great Resignation, the Great Reshuffle, all of the headlines are like women are making more money when they quit the workforce by like up to 33%. And I just did the calculation and it is my pay increases like 44%. It's almost 45%. I went from making $69,000 a year to now I'm guaranteed $100,000 a year. I have never in my life from one job made six figures. Last year, 2021, with the YouTube income and going back to work and getting a lot of overtime from work, all of those things combined, I did go ahead. I'm gonna Diamond Pikachu. I promise I will quit rambling about my new job in a second and I will answer your question next. But I want to share like this little inside information with you guys about the job and why like I really, really was looking. Here in California, if you're salaried, the minimum amount you can be paid to be salary is $62,400. But because I became a manager so young and they only give you like 3% raises every year. So I don't even remember like what my initial starting manager salary was, but because they've never given me a bump because of like inflation or anything like that. So basically, even though $69,000 is a lot of money, and I was very grateful for it, and I was able to, save in my 401k, and then I borrowed against my 401k to buy the house. Um, but $69,000 for 25 years of service when they have to pay you at least 32,000, no, I'm sorry, 62,400. Like I had been wondering for a long time, like, am I being compensated fairly? And then about 5 years ago, somewhere in there, they brought on another manager at the same level as me. And he didn't work for the company before ever, but he was older. So cumulatively, he had more years in the movie theater industry than I did. But he's taken breaks and things and then come back to the industry. So I don't really know. Like that's what I told myself. But basically, they brought him in at a higher salary than I was making. And even though I still loved that company, I rationalized it by being like, "Okay, well, he has more cumulative years of experience than I do." If I'm really, really honest with you guys, and if I'm really, really honest with myself, I really felt like that was a slap in the face. Like, why why weren't we at least making the same? Why wasn't I in some way rewarded or compensated for all the years of loyalty that I gave to this company? And I wasn't, and it was hurtful, quite honestly, and he didn't know that I knew, like, I had to look at a report one day, my boss asked me to, so I went and looked at the report, and, like, I had to pull different people's salaries, so I saw his, and I never said anything to him about it, but one day, it was just me and him in the office, and he was like, "The one thing I regret when I took this job offer was that I didn't ask for more money." He's like, "Because when I asked for, at the time it was $65,000. When I asked for $65,000, they just gave it to me. They didn't even like negotiate. They didn't try and talk me down. None of that." He's like, "So I should have asked for more." And I looked at him and I was like, "I just want you to know that you were hired on at more money than I'm currently making. And so when you work for a company and they only give you 3% raises, there was never gonna be a way for me to catch up to him. So no matter what I did in my career, there was never gonna be a way for me to make as much money as him, and that honestly was, like, super hurtful. Not hurtful enough for me to, like, get off my tush and try and leave, but now after everything that happened with, you know, in 2020, the reason why you guys are all here right now, I had a resume ready, and when my friend who well, he's I don't wanna call him a friend, but I don't wanna not call him a friend. One of my former coworkers, when they like, that we kept in touch with, but, like, I've never hung out with him outside of work or anything like that. When he was like, "Shelly, there's an opening and you really should apply," I was like, "Okay." And then I did, and now my annual salary went up by $31,000, and that's insane. Um I don't know if it's insane that the new company is paying me that much. It might be a little insane, or if it's insane that my old company didn't do anything to try and keep me, but they didn't. They were like, "That sounds like a great opportunity. Bye." And I would have, quite honestly, like, I would have stayed if they would have been, and none of us have had raises since, like, 2019 at my old company. So, none of us, and I was trying to get some for the staff, but, like, we had all these corporate level changes, and they were like, "Shelly, it's not the time," and I can see that business is down, so I like, in my like, I could tell it's not really a good time to ask, but, like, people, like, not being able to get raises for my staff bothered me. Like, they all came back, or most of them did. Like, we weren't hurting the way the news makes it seem like other companies were hurting. We had a really loyal group of people who all came back. Who got a raise? Hold on, let me see. Alpha. Oh, hi. Hi, I know who this is. That's true. One of you got a raise, and it was not as much as I had hoped it would have been. But yes, that's true. One person in the entire company, because they took on the job of about two people. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. All right, let me do Diamond Pikachu's question, which is about the gas debit card. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab, and then we'll search it together. Ooh, when did this press release come out? March 23rd. We already knew about that. Okay, press relief. Not press relief. Okay, this is a package. Nope, it's still a proposal. Okay, hold on. Let me show you guys what I'm seeing. Let me share my screen with you. Okay. So here is, let me make sure that you guys are seeing it. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to scroll up. Governor Newsom proposes $11 billion relief package for Californians facing higher gas prices. Okay, so this is from March 23rd. I don't see anything that states that this is passed yet. $2 billion in relief for free public transportation for 3 months, not free months, pausing a portion of the sales tax rate on diesel and suspending the inflationary adjustment on gas and diesel excise tax. $500 million to support active transportation programs like walking and biking projects. Fast tracking a $1.75 billion of the governor's historic $10 billion ZEV package to get more Californians into clean vehicles faster and build charging stations. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, he unveiled the details. We're taking immediate action. The proposal, so not passed, calls for $9 billion in tax refunds to Californians in the form of $400 direct payments per vehicle, capped at 2 vehicles. And let's talk about that for just a second. Someone was like, it's not fair if you have 2 vehicles registered in your name to get $800 back. But here's my thought on that. When I first started driving, I'm pretty sure that my mom had bought herself a truck for work, and she gave me her old car. And yes, I realize that I'm extremely fortunate in that. I know a lot of families can't afford that. So even though we grew up, my mom was already grown up, but even though I grew up on welfare, my mom was doing a little bit better at that point in my life and was able to give me her car when she bought, well, it was still her car as well. She was like, when I'm not driving for work, I want to use the car sometimes because it's better on gas. And because of that, I feel like both vehicles were registered in her name. So she had 2 cars registered in her name, even though one was really my car. And I know that if I could like rewind the clock in time and I could go back to when she gave me that car, if she were to find out like, okay, she was getting $800 back, but like I was the one putting gas in the car, which I was paying the insurance and the gas. I just don't think my name was I don't think the car was registered to me. I think the car was registered to my mom because she was also still driving it and she was like the original owner. Um, I feel like she probably would have given me the $400 rebate and kept one for herself, one for her truck and then one for the car that I was driving. I don't know that. I mean, we can't go back in time and there was no, gas rebate there. Let's see if there's any details about the payment. Anyway, my point is that a lot of people who might have two cars registered to their name, I don't think, that they're just like living the luxurious life. I think maybe, it's a husband who bought both cars, and the wife drives one and the husband drives the other, and it's registered to him, but someone else drives it, or parents with kids who the car's in the parents' name. Maybe, maybe it's like me. Maybe the parents have a bigger vehicle for when they're taking all the kids to school, but if they just want to run errands quick around town, they have a lower, a more gas fuel efficient car that they let the kids drive, but it's still theirs. Anyway, at least that's what I like to think. Okay. And this is highlighted here. The tax refund will take the form of $400 debit cards for registered vehicle owners, and individuals will be eligible to receive up to 2 payments. An average Californian, I don't think this is right though, we're going to do the math. An average Californian driver spends, approximately $300 in gasoline excise tax over a year. Okay, so the proposal provides up to 2 $400 rebates per vehicle for owners to support families with more than one vehicle in use. Eligibility will be based on vehicle registration, not tax records, in order to include seniors who receive Social Security disability income and low-income non-tax filers. The governor's proposal does not have an income cap in order to include all Californians who are facing higher gas prices due to the cost of oil. Now that I think is a little interesting. But the thing is, like, they're trying to get this out quickly. And so if they do that, if they were to put an income cap on it, it would take longer to calculate. But I am not aware, somebody else, chime in if you know differently. I am not aware of any stimulus payments or rebates or anything like that that have ever been tied to the DMV before. And you guys have heard me say this on some of my other live streams. I don't have much more confidence in the DMV than I do with the California EDD. Like, if you think of like a notoriously slow organization, I mean, it's so notoriously slow that the movie Zootopia like made a sloth the character that was helping at the DMV, and the sloth is moving really slow to stamp the approval. What I do want to tell you guys, and I think, do I have something right here? That's a dice. I don't know why there's a dice there. Here, I'm going to hold this like this so you guys can't see. But what I do, well, so that you can sort of see, but not my address. Like, please be careful of anything that arrives in an envelope like this. This is like an example envelope. This is just my mail. It's kind of junk mail, kind of not junk mail. But like sometimes I get this stuff and I know that if I'm not a member of like whatever bank or organization or whatever, I would just throw these things in the trash, especially if I feel like a card. Like, a lot of times it's like, it's like a plastic thing that you can feel inside the envelope. And if it's a name that I don't recognize, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is junk, and just throw it right in the trash. I do want to caution everybody not to do that, since they're talking about sending it in the form of a debit card. All right. Let's see here. What else do we have? How far am I from work? Is parking expensive? I haven't bought the monthly pass because I am going to be traveling for work the 12th through the 26th. I get to go to another state to train, which I'm excited about. It's a state that I haven't visited before, so I'm really excited about that. And so I know I won't be parking in the garage like a lot this month, So parking is $8 for employees daily. That's not too bad. It's more than I like. Also, definitely had my first crackhead follow me. So I thought my friend was being extra when she's like, you need pepper spray. You need this like personal alarm system. Um, but like maybe she was right. So I have those things. I wasn't carrying it yesterday, but guess who's going to carry it going forward? All right, Prince Ali, you're happy that I have a new job. You hope I flourish and get a massive raise someday, make them millions. So what happened to this $400 gas rebate? Let me. I'm gonna Google next. No, Suho says that the gas rebate will not pass, unlike gas. Also, another joke. Ha ha ha. I hope the gas rebate passes. I'll Google that in a second. Cameron says on the inside of your driver door, there's a plate that states the PSI. Well, I actually Googled. So I have Cameron, what is this picture? I'm gonna change it. Suho, I read it. Yes, yes, yes. The passing gas comment. I hope the gas rebate. I'm gonna Google that in a second. Okay, let's Google that. I'm gonna let you guys watch me Google. Won't that be fun? Super exciting live stream tonight. Okay, Google. Has the CA gas rebate refund passed? Been approved. This seems good. Been approved. Okay. Nope. All of these articles, so I don't know if you guys can see this on the stream. All of these articles say March 23rd, March 23rd, March 23rd. When are they going to vote on it? Oh, here's one from March 24th, and it's ABC 10. I like them because they've featured both myself and Jenny Silver on their channels. All right, let's see here. Here's one. Here's another one. The San Diego Union Tribune. All right, hold on. Let's look at this one. ABC 7. No, don't play. I think this is going to talk about when we would get it if it was approved. I'm looking. The money would go to everyone who has a car, blah, blah, blah. For people who don't have cars, he wants the state to pay for their bus or train fare for 3 months. That's actually already happening. So I want to take us over to that page in a second. The package protecting people from volatile gas prices. Could see the money by July. Ooh, right in time for my birthday. Rising fuel prices are a tricky policy issue for Newsom, who's trying to wean the state off fossil fuels. He has signed executive orders aimed at banning the sale of new gas-powered cars in the state by 2035 and halting all oil extraction by 2045. Now, here's the thing about that executive action, and I'll have to ask my old boss about that. You guys know he's my phone a friend about political issues, so I'm going to write that down. I believe, though, that if he signs something, I feel like that's all smoke and mirrors. I think, right? Politics are not my strong point. But I think if he signs an executive order, I think it expires when he's out of office. I think, right, this is why I think this, and I might have my information like totally twisted, right? Let's go back up here for a second. I think that that's what happened with DACA, right? I think that so for the president, if it's not true for if it expires with the president, I think that it would expire with a governor as well. And I think this is totally terrible. So there was the DACA, right, for the Dreamers thing that Obama signed into executive order, which basically protected people who were brought here as immigrants when they were children, the Dreamers, right? And he gave them protections under the DACA program. But the reason why those were challenged is because like the executive order expired when he was no longer president. I think that's how that works. But I'm going to phone a friend, my old boss, and ask him. Okay, so I'm writing that down on my notepad. So I think that's all smoke and mirrors. Like, I don't think, even if he signs an executive order that says those things, I don't think that it's actually enforceable once he's no longer office. Do you guys know, is that true? Do I have my facts wrong? Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. This portion of it, obviously, like when I'm reading news sources and citing those, I'm more well versed. But on politics, I'm not. So it's possible I have that a little bit wrong, but I think that's a bunch of hoo-ha. Okay. Yep, and Linda's saying it could be all talk and no passing. Oh, Cameron, you were a restaurant manager. Where in LA? I'm looking for work. Downtown LA, but I don't want to say exactly where. Don't forget to leave a like. Thank you, Sugar Sprinkles. S is saying sounds like I hit the glass ceiling. Definitely. We're going back to talking about my new job and why I left the old job. Raphael is saying that happens a lot in every industry. Nowadays, there's no loyalty with company. Yeah, and I mean, we have a new CEO as well at the old company. And a new owner. Like, he bought us at the end of 2018. That's my old coworker. He got a raise. And then and he deserved it very, very much. And then it made everybody else unhappy because they hadn't received raises since 2019. Okay. Joel, you used to drive for Uber and you're not loyal to them anymore either. Their low pay and insult to drivers are unacceptable. That's why I stopped doing it. And now I'm a mechanic, better paying too. Yeah, I'm so happy for you, Joel. I'm happy that you're getting that money. Debbie, Destiny says, I'm destined for it all. Best I'm out of that antiquated mindset at the old job. Well, I don't think they did it on purpose, right? Let me talk about that for a second. So my old coworker got hired in at more than I was making, and it hurt my feelings. And that's when I first started kind of thinking about leaving, or at least like kind of shopping myself around to see like if what I was being paid was like what other people were being paid. I don't think they thought about it. I don't think that anybody looked at it and said, "Oh, well, if we bring him in at 65,000, that's going to be higher than our other senior manager who has been there for that would have been 20 years at the time." I don't think they looked at it like that. I don't think they thought about it like that. I think that they had like a budget in mind and they were like, "Oh, well, Shelly's not complaining and she's been here forever and she gets her 3% raises and that's how it is." I think he came in and like asked for the 65,000 and that was within their budget and so they paid it. I don't think it was like I don't think they were like on purpose, or at least this is what I tell myself so I can sleep at night. I don't think they were like on purpose trying to pay him more than I was making. I think they just paid him what he asked for and it happened to be more. I don't think the person that gave him the offer, was like, I don't think that person like really even had any idea what I was making. The person that made him that offer, like he interviewed with the CEO, and I don't think the CEO like knows what every person, this was the old CEO also. I don't think the old CEO like knew offhand like what everyone was making. So I think they just put the offer letter through without thinking about it. That's what I tell myself. That's garbage. Yep. Okay. Suho, it's easy to get the life program. All you have to do is submit your most recent W-2. Okay, now that life program that Suho is talking about, let me go and I want to share with you guys that because you don't even have to submit a W-2. It stands for Low Income Fare is Easy. And this is for Los Angeles Metro, which also includes the Expo line. So you can sign up now for a 90-day pass. If you're new to the program, you'll get a free 90-day pass, not valid for riding Metro Express, Bus, or J lines. After your free pass expires, you'll be able to load the Life discount fare onto your tap card. Okay, you can actually just self-certify that you make less. Okay, so for myself, I'm a household of one. So if I make less than 41,400, which I don't anymore, I haven't in a long time on that number, thankfully. But 41,400, that's a pretty large income that you're allowed to make. Like that's much higher than like for food stamps, the SNAP program. So this is a really good option for a lot of people. I'm gonna leave this up and then let's see, are they still letting you self-certify? Yeah. You can now apply by simply self-certifying that you meet the life program income levels. But let's scroll down here because I do want to say about the self-certification thing. Where is that? If I okay. You have the option to self-certify for your income on the application if you don't have proof of income documents. What are examples of acceptable proof of income documents? Much like the EDD, you could, well, actually, this is a lot different than the EDD. So let me actually read these. If you have an EBT card, if you have a Medi-Cal card, Social Security Award, Social Security Disability Award, General Relief Cash Aid and Eligibility Letter, an unemployment letter, your SNAP eligibility letter, a TANF eligibility letter, CalFresh eligibility letter. I'm not sure how that's different than SNAP. Anyway, free or reduced lunch letter, check stub or tax return, wages and tax statement form, example, 1099 or W-2, bank statement indicating direct deposits from the US Treasury, bank statements indicating employer direct deposit. There is a, where is that? Hold on, let me scroll back up. Under the self-certification, basically, I saw, where the heck is that? Hold on. Where the heck is this? Basically, it said that like they can come back and like, ask you to later prove your income. So don't fudge this, you guys, even though you are allowed to self-certify. So yeah, that is the Metro Life Program, which again stands for Low Income Fare is Easy. You know what? Let me drop this link in chat. What am I doing? I should make a video just about, I need to make so many videos. I was trying today, I put on my face. I was trying to learn my camera again. My official camera does not play well with like the computer that I bought. Anyway, like I want to try and level up my YouTube. I'm not giving up on YouTube, but my live streaming schedule might be a little bit erratic. Okay. Terrence, do I have any information about the rental assistance? No, I know that they have stopped accepting applications at this point in time. And last I heard, they were really far behind in issuing any of those payments. 26 years, that's BS. You mean that pay? But here's the other thing, right? Like, I felt like I was being compensated well for what I was doing. I had a flexible work schedule. I am not going to lie. They're not since returning because we were too busy. I removed myself from the stream on accident, but I think I'm back. Anyway, I felt like I was paid well for what I was doing, right? I feel like for the movie theater industry or for like basically like managing a movie theater, I feel like is kind of like doing retail. Um and it's not like the company was like making hands over fist money, right? They weren't. Some years they struggled. Um, we had good health insurance. I don't know what my new health insurance is like. And I agreed to those terms, but yeah, they say if you change jobs more frequently, that in the long run you make more. $100,000 seems like a lot. That same person that was like, "I wish I would have asked for more." And then I was like, "Just so that you know." And I said it just like I was like, "Just so you know." I got sassy. I don't think you guys have ever like I was hurt and mad all at the same time. And he was like my equal. So I was like, "Just so you know, you were brought in at making more than I am currently making." So I got sassy with him. That same coworker, we're friends though. Like he didn't know I was making less either. Right. And that's why as I was leaving, I've started sharing what I was making there. I never told anybody before that, and in California, it's not illegal to talk about your wages or anything. But I definitely felt like after that person left, I'm pretty sure that I was making the most out of anyone in the building, but I didn't actually know, but I felt bad talking about it. And there's a part of me, even with you guys and even with my staff, like, let's be honest. I don't really feel like in terms of managers, I don't the person that commented, I don't feel like I knew anything more than he did. I was taught that you teach your people under you to be better than you, right? You train them all the things you wish you'd known. You train them to do the job even better than you. Everything that you've learned through all your years of management, you train the people underneath you to have those skills faster. And it is the highest compliment to any manager. I'm going to cry. I'm going to get emotional. No, I'm not. Um, I got a little emotional, but I'm not going to cry. Um, you teach the people working underneath you to be better than you. And that is the highest compliment and reward that any manager can hope for is that the people underneath you go on to do better than you. And that's actually the case of the person that just commented. He's better at forms than I was. The only thing different between me and him is the number of years that I have been with the company, and that does count for something, right? Or I think it should. But anyway, so the other person so anyway, my point sorry, I lost my train of thought, but I gained it again. My point is I feel guilty making more than like the other managers who are beneath me who haven't been with the company as long because in my mind, we were all equals, right? So I felt guilty for making more than they did. And so I never shared how much I made until I was leaving. And now that I've left, I feel comfortable sharing how much I was making there so that they can kind of gauge it so that other people know if they're being paid fairly. Okay, now the second part of that is that I still keep in contact with the person who I was like, just so you know, got brought in making more than I'm making now. I'm still in contact with him. He's more like an older brother to me. He's not like a work dad, but he's like an older brother. He used to like we used to fight like cats and dogs for real at work all the time. Every Thursday we'd get into it. Like clockwork every Thursday, but he left and he's back at another movie theater company that he worked for before and I was like, "Hey, since he like went in asking for more and got it, I was like, how much should I ask for at this new job? I was like, I'm making 69,000. I was like, I think that my boss makes around 100K. What should I ask for during this interview? And he actually gave me some guidance and I used that guidance to ask for I didn't ask for $100,000 by the way at this new company. They're just amazing. Um because I would have stayed for I would have stayed for less, and I would have gone to the new company for less. Maybe that makes me an idiot. Maybe I'm not that smart, guys. But I would have. So I didn't ask for this 100,000 because he was like, "Look, Shelly, I don't think most places pay $100,000 a year for a movie theater manager, general manager position." So I'm so, so, so fortunate that I got that offer, but I did go to him for advice. And I do think pay transparency is important. Like I wasn't doing it because I want to keep other people in the dark. I was doing it because I have some guilt surrounding how much I was making. Even though it was less than someone else, it was more than a lot of the other people. Not much less than some of the other people in my, or not much more than some of the other people in my same position, but a lot more than the other assistant managers. Okay. Yep. Suho is letting people know that the rental assistance program is over. They should have done something to keep me if they gave a you know what? They cared in their own way. The company that I left um, is struggling after the pandemic. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. Diamond Pikachu, you are welcome. Suho says, unless I applied already. Oh, for rent relief and rental assistance. That was what I was thinking that they did. I'm thinking that they already applied. I know that they're really, really far behind on approving applications. I will say this, your assembly member, if you reach out to them, they might be able to help process it a little faster as well. Okay, Debbie, DMV equals EDD, both an absolute disaster. Put this plus this rebate is not enough when gas in Vegas is half of California. Is gas in Las Vegas really half of California? That's crazy. Hi Moontime. Ruth says, we appreciate this. You are welcome. Suho, you're ashamed of YouTube that I don't have more views. Oh, don't worry. YouTube rewards consistency, and I have not been that consistent lately. I could do another story time, but I don't want to. There's actually 48 of you in here, so you guys should all like the video. That's actually quite good for one of my lives. So I like to talk, and I feel like I've gotten to know a lot of people in here. Suho, I haven't seen you in here before, but thank you for being so active in the chat tonight. You've been helpful in lots of other ways, so I appreciate that. And yeah, I have not been as consistent on YouTube. I've been really struggling to find the time and the motivation. And sometimes it's rough. Yes, Miss Joy, the paranormal enthusiast. Yes. I really like the new job. I do. I know that like I just my body language shook my head no, but I really like my new job. I was very nervous. They have, and their training program, guys, seems so much better than the training program that I went through at my old company. And it's weird because this company, in some ways, is much less corporate. For example, you guys know, that I don't know what I'm doing with my arm, but I have my Barrel of Monkeys tattoo on my arm. And at my old job, this is a 3/4, this is sturdy. This is a 3/4 length sleeve shirt, so I could wear it at work and my tattoo wouldn't show. Um, we weren't supposed to have any visible tattoos. This company seems a little bit more progressive and flexible in those terms. I think that maybe I really should have done this a long time ago because this company seems like a really good cultural fit. But anyway, I was nervous about serving. I'm a little clumsy. I shouldn't put that into the universe, but I am. I'm a little clumsy. My mom also used to tell me that I was uncoordinated. My mom used to be like, Shelly, I don't know how you're going to drive because basically driving is multitasking and you're not that great at multitasking. Like my own mom told me that. Because like when I was little, I'd be holding like a thing of juice and they'd be like, you have something on your elbow. And while I was holding the glass, I'd be like, where? And then boom, glass of juice behind my shoulder. But I've always been a little uncoordinated. So I was super nervous about serving, but no, I don't think I did okay at serving. But now I have a lot of appreciation for my new staff for doing that. And I had a wonderful trainer who was very patient and she told me I was doing a good job, but I really think it was all her. I was really nervous I was going to spill drinks. I didn't do it. But I was nervous that was going to happen. Debbie, speaking of Jenny, she just announced she's down for 2 weeks. She's moving to a mountain and maybe getting a pet llama. Oh my God. If Jenny Silver is in here, oh, I got to message her. Neither one of us guys have been messaging each other. Like we messaged each other quite a bit when I first got back from hiring her as my business coach, and then nothing. I've been busy with the new job, and then I knew that she was moving. I saw a post about some lost goats from her. Anyway, if she has a llama, maybe I hope she has a guest bedroom because I want to meet this llama. And she should definitely write a children's book about a llama. Jenny Silver's llama. If she doesn't, I will. And where the heck is her video on publishing her children's book? Where is it, Jenny Silver? So she has, I have videos filmed. I started filming the I Quit video because I feel like full length videos do better on YouTube than the lives. And I like going live. I have more fun going live, definitely. But I filmed the video and then I didn't like it. I don't know if I'll film it again. Anyway, a pet llama. Oh my goodness. She would. I hope she gets goats and a llama. And then I want to come visit and meet all of them. And she should write a children's book about the llama for sure. She should write a children's book about even thinking about getting a llama. Okay. Hi, Richard. Nice to see you as well. Diana, as you remember it. Oops. As the last EO was written by Barack Obama, it was set to expire, correct, when he was no longer president. It wasn't because he wasn't president. He gave it I think you meant to say an yeah, you did, expiration date. Why would he do that? That's terrible. Okay, we're talking, this is in reference to DACA and the Dreamers thing, right? Here's why I think that is just awful. It made it okay for people to be in the United States, right? I'm just like really paraphrasing here again. And it gave them like, I don't know, residency status. I don't know exactly what it was, but basically like it made them feel secure. It made them feel like, okay, I can go out and I can get a job and I don't have to worry about deportation, right? And if a president signs that into order and makes you feel safe and makes you feel like it's okay to be here, for someone else to be able to come and take a security, right? I mean, maybe not for everybody, maybe not for people who grew up really wealthy or who were born here or whatever. Maybe there are some people who really feel like they have security in life. I've never felt that way. I've always felt like at any moment it can be taken away, right? I got a lot of nerve up here with my Shelley's Million sign. And to feel like your security could just be taken away, I think it's a really awful feeling. And I think that's what Linda, that's why Linda was saying that when her car needed repairs, it's making her depressed because right now, money's tight for a lot of us, right? And so needing a car repair can threaten your feeling of security. And to think that you have security and then have it just taken away, I think is awful. Why would he have it set to expire? That seems so terrible to me. That seems terrible. Anyway, okay. Did Jenny Silver ever hear back from the EDD about her documents? You know what? I will ask her, but not to my knowledge. No, like I just was saying, she and I haven't talked very much recently, but to my knowledge, no, she still hasn't heard. I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous. That was in November, right? That she sent them in when they first asked. You know what else I haven't heard about from the good old EDD, because I'm just waiting to like make more videos about this when it comes out. When are they going to mail the request, right? The deadline to send in documents for people who checked their UI online accounts, that was a long time ago. But to my knowledge, the people who never checked their UI online accounts have not received letters asking them to submit proof of employment, proof of self-employment documents. Suho says, not a fan of Jenny, just copy and paste websites. Both of us do that to an extent, right? I'm not sure if you caught some of my earlier videos. People said about me, they were like, oh, all Shelley does, I would screenshot a website and then I would read it. Um, we're both here's why I do like Jenny Silver. She and I, even though her channel's bigger, our YouTube journey has been pretty similar. Um, I've always kind of been about half her subscribers, half her viewers. And it's tricky because YouTube tells you like, "Oh, you need to be consistent, post as many videos, try lots of different things." And so sometimes, and Jenny Silver was even kind of like encouraging me to do this, and I've thought about it. I just like sometimes I'm too lazy even to do this. But like YouTube kind of rewards you for like just putting up text from an article and then reading it, even if like you're not facing the camera. She's done a lot of like good things for people too, even like in the middle of the whole unemployment nightmare. She started a petition to try and like reform everything and get people their payments. And she's done a lot of good work. And I actually like consider her a friend now throughout all this. But yeah, I mean, uh, it's YouTube makes you like it's not exactly power hungry, but it makes you feel like you have to struggle to stay relevant. Or maybe it just feels like that to me because I'm not posting as many videos. I'm not entirely sure. But I've definitely felt the pressure. And then there was another YouTuber, UI Vlogs, and I haven't checked their channel in a long time, but they never showed their face. They just always just put up articles and screenshots and never showed their face. And that person got a lot more views than me. That person's like the coworker that's like, I'm new, but I'm making more than you. I'm like, dang it. Anyway, Jenny has good information, but you like my personality and you relate to how I grew up. Well, thank you. There's value in both of us. And I think that like during the high, and that's the cool thing about YouTube is that there's room for both of us as well. And I think definitely throughout like all the EDD ordeal, you couldn't trust what the EDD was telling you, and you couldn't trust what the representatives were telling you. And so then you get on YouTube and you're like, well, Jenny Silver's saying this and I want to trust her, but do I trust her when the EDD and the reps are saying something different? But when independently I would make a video saying the same thing, I think that that kind of helped people get peace of mind and be like, okay, well, I wasn't sure if I should believe it when Jenny said it, but if Shelly is also saying it, then it must be true kind of thing. So I feel like we worked together, even though like they were separate videos. Like I really do kind of feel like it was like a partnership where we worked together to really try and make sure that we were giving accurate information. And there were even times where she would be like, why are you saying this? And I'd be like, oh, because of that. And I'd be like, hey, I think this might not be quite right. And then we would talk back and forth, and I would be like, well, I'm going to keep saying it this way because that's how it makes sense to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're both saying the same thing. Or she'd be like, no, Shelly, you've got it wrong. And a lot of times, like I would make sure that I was kind of like using this similar terminology because I didn't want to say something that would confuse you guys. So like, I don't know. And anyway, I consider her a friend, and like, I really appreciate all the hard work that she did to get that out. Okay. Diana, you mailed your affidavit statement out yesterday and contacted your California rep, Jim Wood. Thank you. You'll keep me posted. Well, I hope that that works out for you. But yeah, you're lazy to research on your own. You're actually really interested in getting EBT because I love free food. I could look that up in a second. Hi, I love podcast. I don't know if you're still in here because I've been rambling a long time. I'm about 17 minutes behind in comments tonight. Hi, views by Shawnee. Hi, Bob. Your friend just told you they got back rent money and what else? And seniority justifies you getting more. Don't play it down. 25 years is worth a lot. Yeah, and so then that's I've left though now. um I gave my company an opportunity to tell me something like just sit tight. Raises are on their way. And the new company, they don't match the 401k. I have to pay for parking, and it's a little bit further. So those are the cons of the new job. And the crackhead that was following me around a little bit yesterday. But so those are all cons to the job. But the pros are this is more restaurant focused, even though it is still a movie theater chain. It's more restaurant industry than my old movie theater was. And I think that if we just look at industries that are more likely to be around in the next 10 to 20 years, restaurants are always, always, always going to be around. Movie theaters, I honestly am not sure what the future is of movie theaters going forward. Okay, Suho. Pretty much if you didn't apply for rental assistance, you're SOL if you don't have the rent or if you have a nice landlord, which is rare. Yes. Hi, Maria Ollie Vlogs. Said, I don't know what I said. Okay. Samuel, what's up? Hope I'm having a good night. I am. I'm telling everybody about my new job. Hi, Andy. How are you? I Live Podcast is saying to smash that like button. Hi, Andy. Aw. We still kind of have a family here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a lot of you guys in here. Hi, T baby. How are you? I don't like to say where I work because I like to keep these things separate, right? I want to always be positive about the company. And this is kind of like the analogy that I gave. Pretty much all bars are hiring though. Yeah. So I don't know. Look at movie theaters with bars and then apply at them. Even my old job and I still don't want to say where I work, especially because I just feel like even though they didn't pay me what that other person was, like I said, I don't think that they did it on purpose. Anyway, I still like the other company and there's hours and money to be made there. Just Google movie theaters with bars and then go apply because we are hiring everywhere. My new theater is more in the downtown area and my old theater was closer to Santa Monica. So I don't know if either of those areas, I bet they're all hiring. Sugar Sprinkles, thank you for the vote of confidence. I hope I get the hang of it. There's certainly, so their training program's a lot better. That's what I started to say. I'm actually going to be going out of town to train for 2 weeks at another location. And I think that that is so genius to take you out of your location so that you can really focus on the core values of the company versus kind of being in your building and you're getting to know everybody and you're maybe wanting to change things, but you're also learning things at the same time. It can be a little bit distracting. I think training not in your location is actually a really good idea. So that's what I'm doing. I will be out of town the 12th through the 26th. So I'm not sure what my streaming schedule will be like then. Okay. You're clumsy too. You're constantly hurting yourself, tripping or spilling something. You totally understand. They have this thing in their box office. I'm not a fan of floor mats in general. I don't know. It's like they're the comfort mats that are supposed to like make your feet hurt less when you're standing all day long. Something about those cushions like somehow makes my back hurt more. I don't know why, but it does. So I don't like them. In my old theater, I used to move them when I would stand in front of box office, but this one is like pretty like there's nowhere to move it to. But it's also like maybe I need a new one of these. There's some stuff missing on it. I'm convinced I'm going to trip over that thing. But yeah, so far, knock on wood, no tripping, no falling, no spilling yet. I did help clean up a spill. Oh, and this is interesting. Okay, so both of my theaters served alcohol, but this one we serve it in like real glassware. My old theater, we didn't let real glassware into the auditorium. So a lot of times there's like ice. So most of the time, like people just like threw their own cups out at the movie theater, but now like it's dishes. So we do the dishes. We carry like this is behind the scenes secrets. I don't know if I'm supposed to share this, but I haven't said where I work, so it should be fine. There's like a slosh bucket. So you go in between each row and you take the cups and you dump it in the bucket. And like the bucket, guys, that thing is heavy. I got to get back on my exercise, but yeah. Aw, Jenny Silver and Shelly's Millions. Is she in here tonight? I don't think so. She's moving soon. And it's good to see you, Andy. And yeah, look, it still is old friends. That's scary and messed up. Okay. Diana says, yes, out of the shadows, so to say, needed bipartisan support to stick. They both use the issue continually, no desire to fix the problem. 2 thumbs down from me. Yeah, and you're right, they do. They totally and things like gas prices, and there's lots of things that they just use as talking points to, like, throw the other under the bus instead of actually trying to solve the problems, and it's not cool. Okay, Debbie, check out Jenny's last live event where she discusses the new location and move and how excited she is, how the photo business is on the down low as the wedding scene changes, and how YouTube will be more. She's gonna do YouTube more? Dang it. I'm not always I'm like "Is she gonna quit?" I bet she has pre-filmed 2 weeks worth of videos. She just might not, like, be able to comment as fast anymore because she is on it. She's organized. I need more of that, like, Jenny Silver energy in my life. And I'm reading would you guys be interested in me making videos about books I'm reading? I'm also doing Audible, right? Because I'm like, how do I read more and get all this stuff done? So I'm counting Audible as reading. I have to even check. I'm gonna mess up his name. His name, Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm reading Crush It. And he talks, and I'm trying to figure out, like, in my own life, right? I don't know if you really, really want to be a millionaire, like not just in net worth, but like have $1 million. I don't want to buy big fancy things. You guys know healthcare for my mom. That's the number one thing I want. But like if I want to have the kind of money that would take to take my mom to any doctor that I want to, right? And I'm talking like I would love to have money. You guys have heard me say like to get a second opinion. But if there's like some sort of my mom has diabetes, if there's some sort of diabetic specialist in France, I want to fly her butt to France and have her go to the diabetic specialist there. Like I would love to have like that kind of money, you know? That's like crazy money to me. Like but, like, that's why. That's my why I wanna have that money is for her and to help her like, I just want her to live forever, really. I know that's not possible or realistic, and I know that, the circle of life. But I do. I want her to have as many healthy, happy years on this earth with me as possible. I think most kids want that, um, for their parents. Anyway, so, the heck was I babbling about? Anyway, I wanna, like I totally lost my train of thought. How did we get from Jenny Silver doing YouTube? Oh, Gary Vaynerchuk um, was talking about like if you really want that kind of money and you really want to make it on social media and you really want to hustle, like basically you don't get to like have a work life balance for a while, right? He says he works from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I can tell by my phone that I spend a lot of time scrolling TikTok or just I know that I spend some time not being productive. And I'm really kind of conflicted about do I spend time for enjoyment knowing that that doesn't get me closer to being able to actually afford a specialist for my mom if she wanted to see them, you know? It's hard, like, sometimes I feel like, "Oh my god, I just had a really hard day. I don't feel like doing it." You know, maybe that's what sets people apart, maybe I don't have what it takes, like, I don't know. There are definitely days when I don't feel like doing it. Even today, I did film, I put on my makeup and stuff, but the thing that I filmed, it didn't come out good, like, my microphone wasn't working right because I was actually I'm trying to learn new skills, so I was using my new camera, but it didn't really work out the way I wanted to, so I would need to refilm, but I know when I get done with tonight's live, I'm not gonna feel like refilming. But Jenny Silver, she has that Gary Vaynerchuk energy, she hustles nonstop, and I really, really, really respect that, and, let me know if you guys want, like, book reviews, and even if you tell me you do, I might not ever get around to doing them because I don't have the time or the dedication. Ah! Okay, your friend and you still haven't heard back from the EDD either. That's so insane. They have no respect. Ricardo, I haven't gotten my W-2 from the EDD. Did they send it out? Where can I get it? You're going to want to log on to, if you're still in the stream, you're going to want to log on to your UI Online account. And I want to say, for me, it was right on my homepage, but I think if it's not right there on your homepage, click payments, and then you should be able to get to the form from there. Okay. What happened to those that didn't turn in the proof of documents? They haven't said that either. It's like they just went silent. They asked for it. They gave deadlines to the people who looked online, but they haven't mailed out notices asking people to send it in. If they missed the online notification, they haven't notified a large number of people if the documents were accepted or not. And yeah, I don't think that they've reached out to the people that hasn't turned in their documents. The whole debacle over EDD paybacks making us all crazy upset. They are such crap. Really, I agree. Let's see here. Kate, Shelly, and Jenny. Jenny's not in here tonight. I've just been talking a lot about her because she's been moving. Unless somehow she's in here and I can't see her. Maybe I have my chat sorted weird. Do you think we have grounds as 12 million people in California that got kicked off of unemployment to file a class action suit with the state of California? You had $7,000 left on your claim. So I don't have a video on this, but Jenny Silver does. She actually consulted with a lawyer. He's from Pershing Square Law Firm. And unfortunately, there would not be grounds for a class action lawsuit on this, unfortunately. So search in YouTube, search Jenny Silver class action lawsuit. Her video explaining why that wouldn't be possible should pop right up. But a lot of people feel that way, but unfortunately, it's not, this wouldn't be covered. Okay, Colleen says, good evening. Since you're starting your new job, you wanted to thank me for mentioning about encouraging jobs that offer opportunities of growth or better benefits. And thankfully you found yours. I have to, this is a good time to also say, first of all, congratulations to you, Colleen. But second of all, there was part of me, I did love the old job. I do not ever mean to say that, but there was part of me that felt like a fraud when I'm out here saying, apply for your dream job. And I did apply for some dream jobs. When I was furloughed, I applied to be Graham Stephan's assistant. I applied to be another YouTuber's assistant because I thought that would help build my skills. And I still want to make YouTube work. But I also want a regular paycheck. I like that stability, right? That's a big issue for me. I think that's a big issue for a lot of people that grew up in unfortunate or poor. I want to say it like Anna Delvey. You look poor. But stability is important to me. And I think that's part of why I stayed in my old job for so long. But I also felt like a fraud because I was like, go out and apply for your dream job. If you're unhappy, go somewhere else. And in my heart, even though I loved my old company and I still do, and I don't want to close any doors there, but there was always that feeling in the back of my mind of, are they paying me a competitive wage? That was really the main issue there, is that I had started to feel like maybe they weren't. And I kind of knew because I read finance articles and they all say that people that change jobs more frequently tend to make more. And it just kind of got impossible to ignore those headlines and this opportunity. Did I finish my taxes? Was I a winner or did I have to pay? I was not a winner on taxes, girl. Not at all. I was a big loser. So I mentioned that this is my first time being guaranteed a six-figure salary from a W-2 job, but in 2021, because of the claimer referrals, that they do give a good bonus, and I also liked their service because it was easy to get through, but I did get commission from them when people used my referral link. So between the claimer referral links, I got like a little bit of EDD the first month or so of 2021. with my YouTube income and with them not bringing me back on as salary at my old job and then working so much overtime, I did make more than 100,000 last year, but it wasn't guaranteed. And because of that, YouTube wasn't taxed when it was coming in. The claimer referrals weren't taxed when they were coming in. And because I had went back to work, EDD wasn't taxed at a high enough percentage rate. And then they didn't tax the extra $300 at all. So I owed on that. And then, because my job didn't really know about like the other income, like from my self-employment, they weren't, I could have asked them to withhold more, but like I just didn't go in and fix it. They weren't quite withholding what they should have been either based on like my other sources of income. So I owed 15 no, sorry, it's not actually $15,000, but it's close. I think I owed close to $11,000, like 10,700 to federal and like 2,799 to state. But I knew that. And instead of, I got to look at it how my best friend that runs my garage thinks of it. They looked at me and they were like, Shelly, how much money did you make on YouTube? Like, and I was like, oh yeah, like I have to pay this because I made a decent income. And I thought I had it saved away, but then like the stupid roof and everything. So yeah, almost 15 grand. Both me and Jenny saved everyone from the EDD during the pandemic. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like she was like my teammate. Yeah, and we both had different styles, and that was something else also, like, if I said something and you guys didn't understand, you guys could get clarification from Jenny. If Jenny said something and, it didn't make sense, you guys could clarify with me. I really feel like even though we didn't know each other before starting YouTube, like, it was kinda like we did it together. It was really interesting, and no one else doing YouTube as a whole, like occupation of its own. And I really feel like very much only other people that do this could like understand what it's like. It's not just like you come on and you talk and you make a video and you're successful. There's like a whole like formula to it, which might be why she's just doing like the cut and paste articles now, trying to hit that algorithm, that formula. Um, that part for real and still helping. Aw. Okay, Lisa, Shanghai is in the middle of a lockdown from the virus. Yeah, but they are very strict. I don't think we're headed that way. Okay. Aw, thank you, Richard. Shelley and Jenny are both still very needed. Well, thank you. Paul, question or request for my feedback. You applied for rent relief September 31st, 2021. Is that a long time? And you're glad you turned in tonight. Wishing me the best. Thank me. And good night from Jenny's number one fan. Oh, well, Paul Perez, who is Jenny's number one fan, thank you for tuning in. That is a long time. I know people that applied in November, a lot of them have heard already, but it wasn't that long ago that the people that I know of that applied for rent relief in November heard. So hopefully you'll hear any day. I will say that that is something that if you check with your assembly member, they should also be able to help you look into. So there, Jenny's number one fan. Okay, Richard, management experience is always valuable. Yeah, and that's actually something that I told my mom before. If you know how to manage one thing, I do think that you can go in and manage another. And there are some things already, like there's another girl, even though I'm going to fly out and train in another location, they flew someone else in at our location to help out as we transition management teams. And I was like, hey, I think this and I think that. And she was like, oh, yeah, I was noticing the same thing. And it was good that I could go in and pick up on that. There's some new computer systems and things that I need to learn as well. I have a work computer for the first time ever. And I was like, can't I just use my personal computer? And they were like, no, we're sending you a work computer. And I'm like, I'm worried I'm going to lose it. I don't want to lose something that belongs to the company. Oh, Mama Millions. Yep, I love her. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try and get through these comments soon because I've been here. Read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It will help me on my journey to be a millionaire, written by Robert Kiyosaki. I think I've read, I'm not sure if I've read it, but I'm familiar with his concepts, like on what rich families teach their kids versus what poor people or like low income families teach their kids, or even middle class families. Even some things I've always, since I was 21, like as soon as I could, I started contributing to my company's 401k plan. And I kind of subscribe to the Dave Ramsey kind of thought process, like pay off all your debt, be debt free. And I think that's good for a lot of people. But really, during the pandemic and from watching Graham Stephan's videos, I really am starting to understand the value of investing your money and making your money work for you. And by the way, you guys, if you haven't already, use my Weeble link in the description down below for 2 free stocks. Let me know which 2 free stocks you got. Getting free stocks, by the way, I think is a great way to like be introduced to stock trading without actually putting skin in the game, right? Without actually putting your own money in the game. Like, so just put in your dollar to open your Weeble account or whatever, get your free stocks, let them settle, and then withdraw that money and just watch the free stocks go up and down with the stock market. It'll give you at least a little indicator on how certain stocks do, how your free stocks do. Like when there's news about what's going on in the Ukraine, or when Elon Musk buys shares of Twitter or whatever, like that will affect the stock market. And just having those free stocks like gives you, anyway, whatever. I understand more about inflation and investing and letting your money work for you. And also the time value of money, right? And Gary Vaynerchuk's book. And I'm very well aware that as long as I work for someone else, there's only a certain amount of days and there's only a certain amount of money that they're going to pay you for that hourly rate. And kind of the key is to do something like making content that makes money even when you're not working. Very interesting. Maybe since I can't remember if I've read that or not, maybe I need to read it or reread it. Refilm. Dang it. Oh, the video tonight. I'm tired. This is my coworker. Sometimes I called him snoo snoo or boop boop. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I want to go night. Anyway, okay, don't whine. Don't whine online, Shelly. Okay. Get it together. I also have to wake up early tomorrow and take my mom to a doctor's appointment. I have to be at her house by 10 a.m., which means I have to leave my house by 9 a.m., which means at the latest I have to wake up by 8:30. Maybe I'll just use the icky content. I don't know. Okay, sugar sprinkles. Especially nowadays, it can be hard to stay motivated for some. That saying, we have the same 24 hours as Beyonce, LOL. So yeah, that sounds like a good book to read it. But I don't know. I don't know if I want, like, maybe I don't want to hustle that hard, and maybe that's okay. Like, maybe society is not right for telling us to hustle 24 hours a day. Like, I don't know. I do not have the answer. I know that some days I don't have it in me. I might have it in me to refilm today. But Alpha Magic. If I refilm it, should I just use my phone? Because I know how to film with my phone. There's an old saying, making money is easy. It's what you do with it that counts the most. Yes, I agree with that as well. All right, Debbie, it's so nice we all met over a mutual bond of EDD and how we all still hang. Yeah, I think that's cool too. And I love when you guys are in, but I love still answering questions about the EDD. Well, I don't love it, but like, I'm glad that I'm still like on top of that. I definitely still am on top of like the rebates and things like that. I gotta learn more about politics. Dawn, thank you for saying congratulations on my new job. You're welcome for answering the questions. You were denied after having receiving PUA. Do you have any advice or reference for appealing the EDD decision? Yes, I do. So I have a couple things to say on that. One, I really do recommend calling the EDD, speaking to a tier 2 rep, seeing if they actually will accept what you've already submitted. If that tier 2 representative won't help you, I actually recommend calling and trying to get a second tier 2 representative and seeing if they'll help you. If that still doesn't work, send in your appeal within 30 days. That's step number 3. Step number 4, send any extra documents that you can gather. If you have any receipts, if you have any screenshots of text messages from clients that canceled with you, If you were going to start a business, you could potentially submit a business plan. I have a video on that. I also have a video on how to write the affidavit. A lot of people are telling me now that with the affidavit, they're not accepting it. If you wrote it, they're only accepting it if someone else wrote it. There's a strange noise. Maybe that crackhead still followed me home. But anyway, so yeah, anything extra that you can submit with your documentation as backup proof, that will assist you. So the big things are like receipts for purchases, screenshots of people or emails of people canceling work that you had lined up. Like if you have any screenshots or letters, if your child's school was closed, anything extra that you can include would be beneficial towards appealing. And then also Jenny Silver has some links to Pershing Square Law Firm. They can also help you with the appeal, but call them sooner rather than later because you don't want to miss that 30-day deadline to appeal. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we are friends now. We're all friends, not just me and Jenny Silver, but all of us. Let's read Richard's saying again. There's an old saying, making money is easy. It's what you do with it that counts the most. That is a good saying. Okay. Jenny reported and disclosed paying taxes between $50,000 and $75,000. Yes, she and I actually talked about that as well. Because I was like, oh my God, if my tax bill was $15,000, how much was yours? And, as much as it's like, oh my God, how did we just pay that much in taxes? Both of us are really fortunate and blessed that we generated incomes that required us to pay that much in taxes. And she was trying to tell me, she was like, Shelly, you need to save 30% of everything that you make and put it away for taxes. And did I do it? Nope, I didn't. I had slightly less than that saved. And then the roof happened, the garage roof. And then that left me struggling. But it actually worked out because when I left my old job, they had to cash out my vacation pay. And after taxes, before taxes was like $9,000 and after taxes was like $5,000. But that's like the roof money back. And so because of that, I have enough money to actually pay my taxes. Aw. Richard says, I was taught that a long time ago by your business mentor. Okay. Don't worry. You'll teach me the computer stuff if you're, yeah. Well, thanks. Part of it's that my Mac won't communicate with my camera and all sorts of stuff. Okay. Oops. What just happened? We'll try. Well, thank you for passing it forward. It will be in your mind now. Yeah, that's a really good saying. I might put that back up on screen. Money never sleeps. Stay focused and learn about how money really works. And there's that other saying, like, you can sleep when you're dead. But, like, I don't know if that's what I want. I do want it to be a bit of a balance. Is that wrong? Maybe there's too much balance. Anyway, okay. We're going to leave this up on screen. We're going to end this with Richard saying the old saying, making money is easy. It's what you do with it that counts the most. Thank you guys so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time. I am not entirely sure when next time is going to be. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.